Hey everybody, how's it going? Um, this is Brent. I'm just going to go over the results and give you my opinions and thoughts and do a whole rundown review of the AEW pay-per-view, the much big anticipated, hyped up AEW Revolution pay-per-view. Now, I want to start off. I'm going to go to the matches, bit by bit, even the pre show, and break everything down. But I'm going to just give you my basic thoughts on the pay per view, sum it up, and tell you some key things I thought that happened. Um, Now, this is just my opinion. People's entitled to their own opinions. Um, but from what I saw online all night long, I mean, literally all night long, people on Twitter, and social media was not happy about this pay per view at all. AEW got a lot of slack for it. A lot of people was very upset. People on Twitter were saying they wanted a refund. They felt like their money they was robbed. People on YouTube said they felt like they was robbed of $50. Um, and I honestly don't understand that. I watched the pay per view and I really loved it. And I'm not just saying that just because I like AEW. They're not paying me anything. I'm just a fan. I'm just a small time YouTuber, just a wrestling dork from Virginia, just a geek who loves wrestling, and I like to give my opinion on it. I do not agree with most people's opinion of this pay per view, saying that it was trash, garbage, the worst AEW show ever, one of the worst pay per views ever. That's an absolute lie. People are crazy. They don't know what they're talking about. Some of them do, but most of them don't. Most of them don't know wrestling. Um, First of all, it's pro wrestling. Anything can happen. I learned a long time ago, just as pro wrestling, lower your expectations for everything. Don't expect too much because you'll be disappointed. Um, I thought this was very good. I really loved all the matches. I really did. I enjoyed all the matches. I thought it was a very entertaining show. Um, there were some things I would have done differently. Just to, Now, I want to say too, because there's a lot of talk about this. The two big signings that they teased, there was a bit of a letdown. It was. I like Ethan Page, but him coming out being in the match was like, I like him. It's Ethan Page. He's a good wrestler. I like him, but you know. I was like, oh, it's even Paige. I wasn't huge. It wasn't nothing like a earth shaking. Or like something's gonna change the game. It's like, oh, it's even Paige, good signing. Whatever. Um, and also the signing of Paul White, formerly Big Show of WWE, announced gave the big reveal of who the mystery is going to be. They had it on the Titantron. Then the music hit and the thing come up. It was Christian Cage. Um, Christopher WWE. Um, yes, this was underwhelming and very overhyped. Didn't live up to the hype because I myself got really into it. I heard all the rumors all week. Lesnar, CM Punk. I even thought it might be Tessa Blanchard, Jordan Grace, or somebody like that. Marty Skrull. I was wrong. Um, But at the same time, I can't hate. Christian's not a bad signing. He's old. He's 45. I know that, but who cares? I get some time people talk about their age, the age. Tully Blanchard just wrestled last week's first match in 20 years. 75 years old and did a really good job. Um, so Christian being 45, 47, who cares? Uh, he was getting fed up with WWE. They wasn't using him. They refused to let him wrestle. Um, had some injury history. He'd been on the shelf for months or years. They wasn't doing anything with him. He wanted out. AEW signed him. It's a good signing. He could have some good matches. He could do some really good things. You don't know. Y'all don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a know-it-all. I'm a wrestling geek, but I don't know everything. I don't have all the answers. I don't pretend like I know everything. I don't think I know everything. Um, Christian could well be could end up doing very well in AEW, in my personal opinion, and you see it more now. All the ones that have left WWE and went to AEW have, I think, for the most part, done really well. Um, Rusev, I thought he looked really good in this match tonight. I thought he did a really good job. Um, for those that keep complaining about him, and I was one that complained about his push in AEW, he did an interview a while back saying the plan was in that angle with Lana and him being a sex addict, Vince was going to go one step further and say that that Rusev Miro had ED, erectile dysfunction, and Rusev Miro he shut that down quickly. Said, "No, Vince, I absolutely cannot do that. If I do that, that'll kill my career. I'm dead. I know I can recover from that. How about I just be a sex addict instead?" And Vince agreed to it. Um, you know. So and right now you finally seeing Miro be more serious the last couple of weeks. You know, he cut a good promo last week. This match looked really good. You know, he attacked uh, Cassidy and Chuck Taylor before this match started, and you know, threw him through a window, and or put his head through a glass door. Miro looked really good in the match. um, so I think Miro's starting to find his stride in AEW. And he's going to really start turning things up. Um, I think, just for example, I think Sean Spears, over time, was never really a huge star in WWE. As Ty Dillinger, he just got over with the fans because he was an underdog, and didn't wrestle a whole lot. Um, his last few times in AEW, he's cut some really good promos. I liked his pairing with Tully Blanchard and the glove where he had a weapon hidden in him. Um, you know, so that is where AEW made one mistake this pay per view. They overhyped them surprise signings too much. They did overhype that. But uh, my opinion on that is, I mean, what are you supposed to do? Oh, we're gonna have a big signing. They said, oh, we're gonna sign somebody, but they're not gonna be no good. I mean, they ain't gonna tell us, you know, saying, oh, we're gonna sign somebody, but don't expect anything. I mean, you're supposed to oversell them. All the people do this. It happens all the time. Businesses, sports teams, sports owners. I'm a Cowboys fan. I like Jerry Jones. But he, overhypes the Cowboys every year. Talks all this stuff. He's going to do this and do that, and they flop and somebody gets hurt, or they got all this money and they don't sign people. It happens all the time. You have to sell your product. Wrestling's also a business. AEW. Tony Khan, to his credit, he's really good at hyping up and overselling sometimes. That's what he did with this pay per view, specifically them signings. And of course, they really hyped up this the main event. And to be honest, I thought it was a really good main event. I really liked it. I personally really enjoyed it. Um, the ending, of course, everybody's talking about that. Had the botch ending. Well, people say it was a botch. My personal opinion, I don't think it was a botch. I think they planned it to go off to not really have a big explosion at the end, just have a little sparkle, a little dud explosion that they had at the end. And I'll clue you in on for those that didn't see it or what happened was the death match was really brutal. But they both ended up busting open, a lot of blood. It was a very good match, had some good spots in it, some really hard hitting moves, stuff makes you say, wow, that looked brutal. Um, well, at the end, when the time runs down, they were supposed to have, out through the match, they had you inform and the ball might explode, big explosions, or and basically what happened is after when time ran out, the time uh basically supposed to be a huge explosion. There was stuff all under the ring. It was going to be a huge explosion. The whole ring was going to explode and just be a huge mess. Just a loud boom, boom. I mean, really big. Well, as you all know, that didn't happen. Um, they did a nice little thing at the end. Good Brothers got involved towards the end. Um, After the match, and they beat up They beat up Moxley and Kenny. They all beat them down pretty good. Um, Kenny Omega, they ended up tying his hands so Mox couldn't get out. And they actually ended up leaving the ring and saying goodbye. Basically looking like it was going to explode with Moxley in the ring and it was going to explode and destroy Moxley. That was everybody's expectation. That's what they made you believe. And that's what I thought was going to happen. Eddie Kingston runs out of nowhere, comes flying out, jumps in the ring, um, starts to try to untangle Moxley. He realizes he ain't going to have time, so he just grabs him and lays on him, puts his whole body on, really sells it. They expected a huge blow up like everybody else in them grandmama did. Uh, Boom, the timer hits. You're ready for the big explosion. Boom, boom. You think it's gonna come? Boom. Nothing happens. It was a dud. Um, Eddie Kingston, of course, sells it. Eddie Kingston probably thinking, I'm a big sponsor, I gotta sell it. So he lay, lays flat over Moxley, lays on it, is really emotional and just really, oh my God, a huge explosion coming, just really selling it. It didn't happen, so it made Eddie Kingston look bad. And it basically went off with, not a big explosion. People on Twitter says it happened was complaining, just terrible. Other wrestlers were complaining. Everybody was making fun of AEW, giving Tony Khan down the road, giving Kenny Omega down the road, um, saying Eddie Kingston shouldn't have oversold it. They felt bad for Eddie Kingston because he had to sell it. It was a big dud. Just because of the dud, the whole pay-per-view was ruined. The pay-per-view was trash. One of the worst pay-per-views ever. People need to shut up with that. They don't know what they're talking about. This was a great pay-per-view. That was a great last match. Um, the ending didn't deliver like they wanted, but I honestly believe it was planned that. It's just my personal opinion. Um, Before this match, Saturday night, I sat up and watched Onita Funk match, explosive barbed wire death match. It was very good, very violent, very bloody. A lot of blow-ups, a lot of explosions. Um, there is no way AEW was going to be able to reproduce that and go full out like they did in that 70s match, the Onita Funk match. There's no way. I don't think legally they could have got by with it. Um, I think if they did have tried to get anything close to that, people would be going all over trying to sue Tony Khan, lawsuits, demanding they be canceled, demanding AEW be shut down, demanding Moxley and Kenny Omega be banned for life from wrestling. Um, People would just try to cancel AEW and cancel wrestling as a whole. People would just go to the extreme and go nuts on Twitter, saying that things should be shut down. Wrestling should be, AEW should be shut down. Going out of business because of that. They had that match, so I think AEW decided to play it safe, and they did that on purpose. I think it was by design. I don't think. I think the dud was intentional. I just don't think. I just don't think they meant for the ring to really explode, like everybody thought. Um, and yes, AEW, Tony Khan, Kenny Omega, they all hyped that match up, but I think it was by design. Duh, they were supposed to. Like I said, it's a business. You're supposed to hype your match up and all that, and that's what they done. Um, of course, they're going to say, "Oh, it's going to be a great, huge match. You're not going to want to miss." They're going to say, "Oh, we're going to have it supposed to barbed wire death match, but don't expect much more. It's not going to be any good. It's going to suck. Don't watch it. Don't buy the pay per view." What are they supposed to do? I mean, so again, I know this isn't a very popular opinion, but like I said, I really love this pay per view. I loved all the matches. I thought the wrestling itself was very good. I like how some of the choices. Scorpio Sky winning the ladder match. I thought was the right call. I disagree. Also, people were complaining about the ring and the ladder match. WWE always does a belt or has a briefcase. AEW wanted to be different. And they had a big giant ring. Did look like something from Sonic the Hedgehog, which I love Sonic the Hedgehog. So it's okay. The Sonic games. It did look like that, and I believe because a lot of them in AEW are big video game fans. So I think that's what they was going for, and I liked it. I thought it was cool. Um, so I thought it was cool for Scorpio Sky to win, and I was okay with the big ring light for him to grab onto. That was fine with me. Um, I thought Rio Mizunami was going to beat Sheeta. I thought that was a very good women's match. Slow and long, yes, but it was a very good match. Had a lot of really good near falls in it. I thought Rio was going to win, but Hikaru Shida won. She's still the champion. Nyla Rose, of course, attacked Rio after. I mean Rio Mizunami and Shida. Thunder Rosa come out to make the save, like it's going to continue. So Thunder Rosa's going to still have some more to go. In AEW, hoping they'll use her a lot more. Um, Speaking of Thunder Rosa, I thought she did a really good job on the buy-in. I enjoyed the buy-in match. I was hoping Thunder Rosa then was going to get the win. I liked how Britt Baker um, come out and did the thing with Rebel Cake and Pete. I got a doctor's note. They wouldn't sign it. I'm a real doctor. Rebel come out barely walking, and they was able to bring in Mayo Ita. I love her. I know a lot of people don't. She is very showy. A lot of theatrics in her matches and stuff, but I just think she's a really pretty girl, and I think she's a good wrestler. She's just very entertaining and very original and very unorthodox and different. Um, and that's props of her. Her character is very different and out there, and I like it. I'm a big Maya Ito fan, Maki Ito. Um, it was cool to see her. I popped. I was excited. I was probably one of the only people that liked it, but I liked it. Britt Baker did a good job. Thunder Rosa did a good job. Rio did really good in the match. It was a very good buy-in match. Um, I thought the Sting and Darby Allin versus Team Taz was very good. I loved it. I thought it was the best cinematic match I've ever seen. Uh, the best street fight I've ever seen. I just really liked it. I didn't mind the way the camera and the way it was shot. It was shot in an abandoned warehouse. I thought it looked really cool. The thing was all dark. Uh, Darby and everybody had really cool entrances. I thought Darby coming down the street on a skateboard and him hitching a ride on the back of Sting's truck looked really cool. I thought Darby and Sting having a team of Darbys behind them, like little minions, like group behind them leading the men looked really cool. I thought it was neat. Um, I thought Brian Cage and Ricky Starks did a really good job in the match. Brian Cage looked like a beast, and he really showed off in the match and really acted like a beast. Darby Allin did a great job, so did Sting. Darby really showed his athleticism and what he could do in this match. There were a couple times he did a couple spotlight man things where he jumped and climbed up on the walls, and literally, and it was really cool. They did a spot towards the end of the match where he did the coffin drop out of a window, second story window, and actually dove down out of the window onto Ricky Starks, and they showed it as the camera. You could see him doing the coffin drop. It looked brutal. It looked really cool. It looked like something off a movie. It looked really awesome. Hook got involved in the match, and I liked that. Hook looked good. He had his shirt off. He looked ripped. Looked in shape. Um, I didn't mind the commentary. I thought the commentary was good. I actually liked them having commentary over the match. I thought they did a good job with it, trying to call it. I thought they was good. Taz being there helped, and Taz, going crazy, because Team Taz was getting whooped. Um, at times, I thought Team Taz was going to get the victory. They really got some good shots in. Sting, like I said, looked really good. I really personally enjoyed this match a lot. I loved it. In fact, it was great, very entertaining. I loved it. It's a great cinematic street fight. I loved it. Um, the opening match of the night was the Young Bucks and Jericho against Jericho and MJF. I thought it was a very solid match. It wasn't your typical Young Bucks match as far as everybody complains they dive and run around, too much and too many flips. They really wrestled a more standard, straight up tag team match with their, a couple big high flying moves licked in, and a lot of their kicks, added in. But for the most part, it wasn't all out airborne Young Bucks, typical Young Bucks match. They really tried to give a straightforward tag team match, and I thought they did a really good job. I thought Jericho and MJF did a really good job, worked really good as a team, really did a good job as being their heel selves, their characters. really expanding their character work. Like during the match, they Jericho and MJF did a double team move on the Jackson, and they looked at him and flipped him off in unison. I thought that was cool, and they did a pose to the camera and a smirk. I thought that was cool. Yeah, I just really enjoyed the match. Um, it was a very good tag team match. Um, the next match after that, I believe, was the Casino tag team battle royal. I thought it was good. I thought it was entertaining. I liked it. Um, Ray Phoenix, of course, won it, and he did a great job. He won it for him and Pac. Jungle Boy did a really good job too. I kind of wanted Jungle Boy to win because I wanted Jurassic Express to finally get a big push and have been get a title opportunity. But if anybody else was going to second win it, Ray Phoenix probably been my second choice. Uh, Ray Phoenix just did an awesome job in the match. I think a lot of people did really well in the battle royal. I thought it was a really good battle royal. I liked it. Um, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was very entertaining. I really liked it. Um, I've talked about the women's match. I thought the women's match was good, very tough. Especially towards the end, they had a lot of near falls. It was at times when I thought Rhea was really going to win. Rhea Mizunami, I couldn't believe kept kicking out of she. I also couldn't believe that kept kicking out of Sheeta's kicks and the Falcon Arrows several times. I was really shocked. I couldn't believe how come Sheeta kicked out of Rio's flying leg drop off the top rope. That was very shocking to me. I popped. I couldn't believe it. Um, I was really like, oh wow. I was just very surprised. So the women's match I thought was good. Um, Also, I thought the ladder match. I thought it was good. Um, I was glad Scorpio Sky got the win. If I had to wanted anybody to get the win, I'd say Lance Archer. But Lance Archer looked very good in the match. It was cool how Jake Roberts got involved and got a punch in, and he actually stood in there and took a super kick from Luchasaurus. That was cool. Luchasaurus did a good job in the match. I think he took someone from Luchasaurus. If he didn't take a Luchasaurus, he took a big hit from somebody Jake Roberts did, and he looked really good. And got nailed him in the head. Looked like it knocked him out pretty good. Um, so props for Jake Roberts standing there and taking a hit like that. Um, Even Paige looked pretty good. Scorpio Sky did really good. Lance Archer looked like a beast. At times I thought he was going to win the match because he went on tears, but he was just dominating people. And it was funny how Lance Archer, I believe, was all the way halfway up the rope, getting ready to grab the ring. And Ethan Page got up and climbed up on his back and tapped him one time. And Lance Archer just stood there like, are you kidding me? I thought that was hilarious. Um, Cody Rhodes did a good job in this ladder match. I didn't think he was going to win. His job was to help everybody else out in the match and make everybody look good, and he done that. I thought Cody still stayed tough and put up a good fight and did a good job in the ladder match. So props on him for that. Um, Let me see. Make sure I covered everything. Give me 1 second. Uh, okay. Also, I liked the Miro, Kip Sabian, and Orange Cassidy and Chuck Taylor match. I thought it was good. I liked it before the match started. Um, Miro came backstage and went backstage and attacked Chuck Taylor and Orange Cassidy. And so did Kip Sabian attacked too. I liked that they attacked the backstage and really beat him up. And Miro threw Chuck Taylor through a glass window and got him pretty good on the head. I liked that. And Miro said, you're going to get it now. I'm going to drag it to the ring. And Miro drug him out to the ring, and the match started. I liked that. Miro looked like a beast. He dominated most of the match. I also liked how Orange Cassidy and Chuck Taylor both got some offense in. Um, Orange Cassidy did a good job. At times I thought he was going to get the win for him. Orange Cassidy, it was good to see him get some shine, and him, looked really good. Chuck Taylor looked good as well. I thought they were going to pull the upset over Miro and Kip Sabian for a minute. Kip Sabian done good. Miro done really good. Miro looked like a beast. In the end, Miro got the win. Tapped out Chuck Taylor with the game over. Penelope got involved in the match a little bit, at ringside, got up on the apron. She looked beautiful, looked gorgeous, as like she always does. Penelope's beautiful, just, I love her. Um, so I really liked the Miro and Kip Sabian match. Miro Kip Sabian against Chuck Taylor and Orange Cassidy. I thought it was a very good match for what it was. The best thing in their feud that's happened in their feud so far has been a letdown. But this match really did a good job, in my opinion. I really liked the match. So Miro and Kip got the win. Uh, Now, my least favorite match of the night, it was still a good match. It was pretty good. Um, but it was kind of my least favorite match of the night. And I heard a lot of people say they thought it was one of the best matches. I just completely disagree. My least favorite match of the night was the Matt Hardy Adam Page match. It was a long, drawn out, slow match. By the time it was over, it was a good match. Heyman looked good getting his lariated in. Matt Hardy finally got on a roll and looked good. Like I said, this was a long, slow match, but in the end, it was good. Um, I made everybody think Matt Hardy was going to get the win. He basically hit Adam Page with everything he had, even twist of fate. Adam Page still kicked out. That was cool seeing the Dark Order get involved and them um, catch Hangman Page when he was going out of the ring and help him get back in. And Page hit the buckshot layer to get the win. So it was a good match. I liked it. It was cool seeing Private Party kind of involved, just kind of stand there as a distraction. I thought that was good. Um, so this match was better than it was better than I thought it was going to be. It was a good match. Um, wasn't horrible by any means. So yep, good match. Um, Max Caster was from the Acclaimed was also in that ladder match. So it was Max Caster, Cody Rhodes, Scorpio Sky, Penta, and Lance Archer. And I thought Penta and Caster also looked good in the match. Caster had a funny rap when he came out. I like Caster's raps. A lot of people don't like it, but I like it. I thought it was cool. Pretty funny. Um, yep. So that's my basic rundown of the match, and I'll just give you the results real quick of like who won what, just to so everybody know. Give me 1 second. Uh, all right, the buy-in. Like I said, it was Maki Ito and Britt Baker versus Thunder Rosa and Rio. I thought it was a very good match, especially for a buy-in match. Opening match, I thought it was very good. A pre-show match. I was hoping Thunder Rosa won. I love Thunder Rosa. I'm a huge fan of hers. I liked all the women in the match. Really big Thunder Rosa fan. She looked beautiful. She's a beautiful woman. I love everything about Thunder Rosa. Even as a person, I love her. Um, she's a great wrestler too. Puts on great matches. Very entertaining. Um, was hoping she would get the win, her and Rio. But Rebel got involved and helped interfere. And she basically the match ended with she knocked Thunder Rosa in the head for Kane while Britt Baker had the referee distracted. Um, and Britt Baker and Maki Ito got the win. Uh, so there you have it. Britt Baker and Maki Ito won. They beat Thunder Rosa and Rio. So a really good match. I really liked it. Fun match. Then the opening match of the pay per view was MJF and Jericho against Young Bucks. I thought this was a very good match. MJF and Jericho did some really nice double teams. Young Bucks always do good double teams. I really liked the spot when the part when MJF Young Bucks did their double super kicks to MJF about 7 or 10 times in a row, and MJF really sold it, and it looked really rich. It looked like they was really hitting him, and JR made the comedy acts like a pinball. They're beating him like a pinball. MJF. That's what it really looked like. I mean, just boo, 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 boo. I thought it was really cool. Um, so it's a very fun match. I also liked how the Young Bucks used the Motor City Machine Gun double team. I thought that was cool. So it was a very good match, tag team match. I liked it. One of the better Young Bucks matches, in my opinion, I think. MJF did a really good job. Jericho looked good, didn't show any rust or slow down at all. Jericho did a really good job as well. He always does. Yep. So good match. Like I said, the Battle Royal was very good. I thought it was funny how QT got himself eliminated. Uh, it's cool they're doing maybe like a little storyline with QT, so that was interesting. I liked how they threw that in there. Um, uh, Dark Order looked good all night in action. Uber Uno and Grayson looked good. Silver looked good in the when he was in later on. Silver looked good in the match. Gun Club looked good. Just I thought Ortiz, just a lot of people looked really good in this Battle Royal, in my opinion. Butcher and Blade looked good. It was cool to see Alley. Jack Evans got involved at one point. Bear Country got involved. It was a good match, good fun match. I liked it. Um, like I said, Death Triangle. Ray Phoenix got the win for him and Pox. The Death Triangle won. They get a shot at AW for the tag team titles. Uh, Saw Dasha backstage with Paul White talking about who the mystery silent's gonna be. Dasha looked beautiful as always. She always does a good job interviewing. Dasha's so beautiful, and I like seeing Paul White. So cool little segment backstage. Nothing important, but cool. Uh, Now the winner of the women's match was Hikaru Shida. It was a very good women's match. I think one of the best AEW women's matches I've seen. Very competitive, very tough. I liked it. Very long and at times boring, slow, but at the end it was worth it. It was a really good match. I really liked the match. I thought it was a very good women's match. Shida still champion. Shida got the win. Um, uh, Miro and Kip Sabian got the win over Orange Cassidy and Chuck Taylor. Um, Adam Page beat Matt Hardy, and Kenny Omega retained against Moxley, and Sting and Darby Allin got the win against Team Taz. Yep, so that was the basic rundown. Also, I've already talked about the street fight match earlier, but it had the last match had some really cool spots. I liked when they used the barbed wire, and Kenny had the barbed wire baseball bat and it exploded like a little explosion into Moxley. I thought that looked good. Um, Moxley, how he used his weapons, I thought that looked good. Kenny Omega, both the times he did the One Winged Angel, like yes, said both times, they made you think Moxley was going to kick out the first time. I liked how Moxley got his foot on the rope and that broke the thing up and the ring exploded to that. I thought it was cool. I thought that was very cool to do that. Nice little touch. Have a way to save Moxley, but not have him kick out of the One Winged Angel. And then I liked the ending when Kenny Omega got a Mox with the One Winged Angel and pinned him where he done it on the chair. I thought that looked brutal. I thought that was a really good finish. Um, so I, so yeah, it was a very good match. And my personal opinion, it lived to the hype. I thought it was a very good exploding barbed wire death match. Um, I want to say that I still think their lights out match, the one they had in Baltimore, was with the spikes and all. I want to say that was a better match. Um, the non-Satan lights out match. But this match was very close. It was very good. Um, I've already talked about the botching. I'm not going to talk about that again. I told you I don't think I thought it was the ending was on purpose. Me personally, I just think it was. Um, so that's my thought on that. My personal opinion, I really enjoyed this show. Um, just a couple of little minor gripes I have with it. I'm going to be a little bit high on my review. I'm a little bit higher than most people would give it. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10 just because the main two matches, in my personal opinion, really delivered. Um, and I just thought it was just so good. And the women's match was very good. And just, I thought everything overall, I thought the wrestling itself all night long was solid. Um, really just the hype and just the talking it up too much is what really killed a lot of people's feelings about this pay per view. And that was done by AW itself. I think if everybody had been crapping on it, not expecting anything from it, thinking it would have people's reaction would be a lot better. But I don't care what anybody else thinks. I really, you're entitled to your own opinion. Especially if wrestling is subjective. Not everybody's gonna think like everybody else thinks. I personally loved it. I loved all the matches. I really enjoyed all the matches. I thought the wrestling was good. I liked how the new story stuff they might be coming up with, storyline stuff. Um, and I just really enjoyed it. If I had to give this pay per view a rating, I'd give it an 8 out of 10. Very solid pay per view. I'm not complaining. I thought it was very good. For the people that didn't like it, I'm sorry you didn't like it. But I thought it was very good. I don't know what everybody else was expecting, and I don't know what people's thinking, saying this pay per view was trash and garbage. I've seen a whole lot worse. This pay per view was still better than anything WWE's done in a long time. This pay per view is still better than Raw and SmackDown put together, in my opinion. Um, just a very solid pay per view, in my opinion. Um, don't and just my advice to people that's warned about this pay per view: don't just listen to my reviews and other people's reviews and just say, "Oh, this pay per view sucked. That's horrible. I'm glad I didn't watch it. Glad I didn't pay for that garbage." Go out of your way, watch the explosion, watch the end of the match for yourself, watch the main event, watch the whole pay per view for yourself, from your own opinion, have your own ideas. Don't let me or nobody else influence your decision. You have your right to like what you like and like what you don't like. I personally loved it. I thought it was a great pay per view, 8 out of 10. So I really enjoyed it. So there you go. AEW Revolution gets an 8 out of 10 for me. A great pay per view in my opinion. I loved it. Um, all right, so that's all for this review, and I'll see you Wednesday after the Dynamite review, Wednesday or Thursday. All right, see you guys. Hope everybody's doing well and staying safe. Happy wrestling. See ya.